Okay. A 0.188 gram sample of marble contains calcium carbonate and it gets dissolved in 27.2 mils of a 0.2 molar hydrochloric acid solution. Excess acid required 23.8 mils of 0.10 molar sodium hydroxide to neutralize it. And then they ask you, what's the percentage of calcium carbonate in the marble? Now, guys, I've given you those hints before. If they use the word excess, it's probably a back titration question. If they only use titration terminology for one half and not the other half, it's probably a back titration question. However, you cannot rely on the wording of the question to figure it out because they might change up the wording. Your best indicator of whether it's a direct, double direct, or back titration is always going to be the numbers that they give you, because that can't be changed with wording. The numbers just have to be given to you. So walk through it with me. How many chemicals are there in this question? And then as you give them to me, what are the chemicals? Marble is not a chemical. 3. What's the first one? Calcium carbonate. What's the second one? Hydrochloric acid. What's the third one? NaOH. Do you know the concentration of calcium carbonate? No, that's one unknown. Do you know the concentration of hydrochloric acid? Yes. Do you know the concentration of NaOH? No. There are 2 reactions going on, but there's only one unknown. Is this a double direct question or a back titration question? There's only one unknown. It's a back titration question because a double titration would have 2 unknowns. So this is a back titration question. Your net reaction that we're trying to calculate is moles reacted with your analyte is the moles that got added to your analyte in excess minus the moles that was left over that went into our titration afterwards. And then you're doing this for the chemical that's in both reactions because it has to be added in excess in the first reaction and then left over to titrate in the second reaction. So what are we calculating this for then? Which chemical out of the 3 that you've identified is involved in both half of the questions? The HCl. So this time I'm doing it for the HCl. You've identified that it's a back titration question. Am I starting off with reaction 1 or am I starting off with reaction 2? It's a back titration. I'm going to work backwards. So I'm starting with reaction 2, then I'll go to reaction 1 after. Reaction 2 is the titration. So I follow my regular titration steps, calculate the equation, calculate the moles, jump to the other mole. It's with the acid, which is HCl, and the NaOH. Turns into my NaClAq plus my H2OL. And you guys told me that the thing that's in both reactions is the HCl. So I want to end up there so I can jump to reaction 1 after, which means what am I calculating first in reaction 2? I want to end up at the HCl. So I start my calculation with the NaOH. Moles of NaOH. C times V. There are no volume changes here, which is really nice. 0.100 molar times 0.02380 liters. What does this give me for the moles of NaOH, please? Beautiful. Yes, it will be really obvious where the volume changes are. They'll tell you they use this amount and then they only took this amount and da 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 da. What's the moles of HCl going to be? The same because it's a 1-to-1 ratio. right. The only difference now is usually titrations, you end with a concentration calculation, but you're just going to stop it at moles. HCl shows up in both, so I have to be careful with my labeling here. I forgot to leave some space again. The moles of HCl that you've calculated, is this the moles that got added to your analyte or the moles left over? Yeah, this is the moles left over because this is the amount left over that got put into the second reaction, left over from the first reaction. So that's the moles of HCl left over. I can jump to reaction one now. Uh, Same thing, equation mole mole. Calcium carbonate, you guys gave me, some of you gave me the chemical earlier. That was CaCO3. It's solid to begin with, but it has to be dissolved to react after. So you can either do bracket S or bracket AQ plus HCl. What is the salt that gets formed? CaCl2, because calcium is 2 plus. Do I make a CO2 for this reaction or no? Is this a regular base? Yeah, I do because I've got a carbonate in this case plus CO2G. Yeah. So HCl here, and that's it. 2 moles of HCl to react with 1 mole of calcium carbonate. I've got the moles of HCl left over from reaction 1. I can't calculate the moles that got lost in reaction 1 straight away. I have to calculate the total moles that I added at the start. So moles of HCl originally added, they give you the numbers in the question, 27.2 mils, and it was a 0.2 molar solution. C times V, 0.200 molar times 0.0272 liters. What's the total moles of HCl that you added? You guys can do checks as you're going. Your moles of HCl added, should that always be a bigger number or a smaller number than the amount you have left over? It should always be bigger, yeah? The moles that you add at the very start of the experiment should always be bigger than the amount that was left over. So when you get to here, make sure that this is always a bigger number than this. Otherwise, something went wrong. And then, guys, if the added is always a bigger number, what that means is when you calculate the moles of HCl reacted, that should always be a positive or a negative number. Moles, it should always be a positive number because added minus left over, you've got a bigger number subtracting a smaller number. It should always be a positive number. Now, even if you didn't reason it mathematically, you're calculating moles. Moles is a quantity. You can't have a negative quantity. So check your answers as you're going. Anytime you're calculating moles or mass or volume or concentration for that matter, it should always be a positive number. So you know you're doing bigger number minus smaller number, not the other way around. So moles of HCl reacted is moles of HCl added minus moles of HCl left over or in excess to titrate is 0.00544 minus 0.00238. Hopefully you saved your number from up here. You need all of the digits, yeah? You don't round off to the end. What did we get for the moles of HCl reacted? Beautiful. Now that you've got that, you can jump to your actual analyte. Your analyte, your unknown is your calcium carbonate. How do I calculate the moles of calcium carbonate? I'm going to divide by 2. Half times moles of HCl. What do you get for the moles of calcium carbonate? Okay, and then once you've gotten up to your analyte, you do whatever the question wants. Normally they ask for concentration, sometimes they don't. In this case, what do they want in this case about the calcium carbonate? They want the percentage of the marble. And now, guys, percentages, you normally want units to cancel out. Ooh, the number that they've given you about the marble, what unit is it? Have they given you volume of marble? Have they given you moles of marble? They've given you grams of marble, which is mass, exactly. So you also want your calcium carbonate to be in terms of mass as well. Because then you can do mass as a percentage of the bigger mass. Which means, how do I go from moles of calcium carbonate to mass of calcium carbonate? Moles times molar mass. Can you grab me the molar mass of calcium quickly? I seem to have forgotten it. 40.0, yeah, 40.08, thank you. Plus 12.01 plus 16 by 3 grams per mole. You can do it all in one sitting. If you're going to do the molar mass calculation first, please save the actual mole in your calculator. What do we get for the mass of calcium carbonate? And then they wanted the percentage mass. The whole thing was 0.188. So percentage mass of calcium carbonate is going to be 0.1531 grams over the whole thing, 0.188 grams. And then you turn something into a percentage by multiplying it by 100. What is the percentage mass of calcium carbonate? Ooh, 81, yeah. 81.45. And then we round off to 3 sig figs. Any zeros after a non-zero can be counted. So 3 sig figs, this gives you 81.5% to 3 sig figs.